Hello and welcome to Fox Sports Lab AFL Round 24, the last game of the home and away season. Got the Chief here. I'm smiling because I'm 7 in front.
You've cleaned me up.
I've cleaned you up, but I don't know where you're tipping this week. There's a few that can go either way. And you know what it's like when you don't play finals. You can either go a big win or a massive loss. So I'm looking forward to hearing your tips here and seeing if you can reel me in on 7. Let's kick it off. Friday night. Now, the Demons and the Magpies. I'm going to kick off early here. I'm going to go with the Magpies. Now, I know Gawn and Viney have re-signed during the week, so everyone's up and about at Melbourne, but Pies will have something to prove to go into their pre-season with a win. So I'm tipping Magpies in this. Are you running with me?
Yeah, two teams that can't make the finals. I'll go with the D's. I'll go against you. They had a good win last week. I mean, it's a toss of the coin match, truth be told. So happy to go on the other side of the fence from you.
Yeah, and Nick Dacos, 36 plus disposals in 3 of his last 5 as a favourite. So if you're in the disposals market, jump on Nick Dacos to just have 1,000. The Swannies and the Crows at the SCG. So Swannies, albeit won last Friday night against the Bombers and put them out of their misery. The Crows could be the chaos team at the SCG because I'm tipping the upset here with the Crows. I watched them in the showdown. They were good enough for 3 quarters, but not good enough for 4 against the Power. And Swannies are going to rest plenty, Chief. So this one will be interesting who you're going to tip.
Yeah, I'm not sure the Swans are going to rest that many, Dicko. They haven't been playing that well. They can't afford to flirt with their form. And you've got no Isaac Rankin. So I will stick with the Swans at home.
All right. Now, Mars Stadium, the Doggies and the Giants. I'm tipping the Giants in this one, the Orange Tsunami. It doesn't matter where it is, whether it's in Ballarat, they'll still be able to produce a big wave. The Doggies, last 2 weeks, they had a downer against the Crows and they obviously flogged their opponent on the weekend. But Mars Stadium's a different proposition, but I think the Giants can get it done.
Yeah, it's going to be a good game. The Giants are one of the form teams of the comp. They are in outstanding form. They've got some good players. They're starting to get their best team back together. But I've got to go with the Bulldogs. Mars Stadium. Going to Ballarat's not an easy trip. And I don't think the Giants will be looking forward to it. And also, if you're tipping them, it gives me another one to go against you with. So we'll just keep on opening the shoulders and seeing if we can reel you in a bit.
I love it. Jesse Hogan got the Coleman all wrapped up.
He's in ridiculous form to go.
Yeah, frightening. I mean, 3+ goals in each of his last 7 matches with the Giants. So, isn't it extraordinary? 4+ goals. What odds do you think you'd get on him?
Yeah, very little.
Skinny.
Very
little. Skinny. So, that just shows you what elite form he's in at the moment. The Blues and the Saints. So, the Blues. The Saints actually played some good footy in the last quarter. You did that game last week against the Cats. So, they can cause an upset in this one.
They can, and I'll go with the Saints because I've got a feeling you'll stick with the Blues. They were good to you last week. Isn't it bizarre how poor West Coast were last week? They got backed into favourites and they couldn't beat an undermanned Carlton, but the Blues stood up. I just don't know if they can do it 2 weeks in a row and come up against a St Kilda team that's in good form, and just maybe they'll fall at the final hurdle again trying to make the finals.
Maybe they can not kick it to Callum Wilkie like the Cats did last week. But in terms of their forward line, Chief, you watched their game, the Blues. Did you like what you saw in terms of no Mackay, no Kerner?
Yeah, I thought Kemp played brilliantly. I wasn't expecting that sort of performance from him. He looked really, really good. So they'll do something similar. They might get one or 2 players back, but it's still going to be a tough ask for them, and they're coming up against a Saints team that's in pretty good form.
Yep. Well, this is a massive game in Perth. So the Dockers and Port. And by the way, I'm tipping the Blues in that last game. The Dockers and Port Adelaide. So they've got their top 2 pretty much sewn up, Port. But Fremantle are on a knife's edge. Their form of late has been really dismal and poor, and it's not the form you want to take into finals if they get there.
You have to win to get in, Freo, and rely on a Carlton loss, which could happen. I think they're coming up against a team that's in good form again. Mind you, that showdown could have gone either way up until Rankin got cleaned up because he was looking dangerous, and that really turned things around. But they'll have no Houston, obviously. It's going to be an interesting one. I will go with the home team, Freo, even though I like the form that Port's in. I think it'll be a close one.
Yep, I'm going with Port. Georgiades will come back and fill his boots over in Perth. They desperately need him back in there to support Dixon and Asava. All right, let's whip through the other ones. Cats and Eagles.
Got to go with the Cats. I don't think they can drop another one at GMHBA, surely.
No, I'm with you too, Cats. Tigers and the Suns.
Tough game because the Suns are going poorly, but I'm going to tip them. Surely they can beat the Tigers.
Well, they're coming up against Dimmer, so they'll want to cause an upset there. And Dusty does his lap of honour, send off the superstar from the Tigers, so I reckon that energy is going to transform into a win. So we go against each other once again.
Wow, okay.
Hawks and Kangaroos. I'm so glad you tipped the Kangas because I'm going the Hawks.
Yeah, I'm tipping the Hawks. You'd think they'd just get it done to get into the finals.
All right, Lions and the Bombers at the Gabba.
Why are you laughing?
Because I'm tipping the Bombers.
You're not at the Gabba.
Oh, well, I made this call 8 weeks ago. They've got to play final. Now they're no hope. Just do something on the way home. So I think, Brisbane, toughest task to win at the Gabba, but I'm tipping the upset here. So
well, that's why I tipped Essendon last week. I expect them to do something against Sydney, and they were just so poor in the second half. I've got to go with Brisbane, who dropped a game they really shouldn't have dropped last week. That's probably cost them the double chance, but I expect them to bounce back in this one.
All right, so I'm just looking down at my notes, Chief. So I was leading by 7 coming into the last round, and we have 7 the difference.
7 different tips. 7 different tips this weekend.
7 different tips this weekend.
Means I'll probably lose the tips overall by about 12. The way you're going, you can throw a dart and you still hit something.
Correct. He's hoping. Big call time. So I'll start it off.
Yep.
Crows, I think, will cause the upset at the SCG. There's been so many, so it's not one out of the box. But 1 to 24 is 485. So that's my big call for the weekend.
All right. You can roll that into Jeremy Cameron to kick 5+ against the Eagles. The big boys are missing down back, Barris and McGovern. And mind you, I don't think they've got the right matchup for him anyway. So he should kick 5+. And I think that's, if you roll that in, well into double figures for the multi.
Yep, and you're doing that game at GMHBA Stadium. So just if you're watching Fox Footy and you see the Chief just get up and about when he's got 4, you'll see the excitement. Chief, appreciate it. No doubt we're going to kick into the finals. We'll have a week off, but recoup after my huge win in my tipping over the home and away.
See you later.
See you, mate.
Imagine what you could be buying instead. For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.